We are live from Aventri HQ here in Norwalk, Connecticut, and as you can see, we've mixed up our scenery. Before we were at our clock tower, and now we're here in a little lounge area in our office underneath our Power Personal sign. So we're testing out this location, see if it works better for these live videos. So normally we would be talking about, cool stories going on in the week and this sort of Connect Weekly theme of these live streams, but we thought we'd have a little special edition because we had a really exciting week here at Aventri. On Monday and Tuesday, we hosted our revenue kickoff in Tarrytown, New York. We had about 100 people from our sales and marketing teams coming from our offices all over the world to come and just talk about the year ahead, align on some company goals, learn about all the exciting things that are going to come in 2019, and to bond together. I mean, it's just so much fun to meet people from around the world, people that you only see or connect with on email or Slack, and actually meet in person and have meals and drinks and all that fun stuff. So, and we also know that events like that are really important to growing companies like Aventri. So we hope by talking a little bit about the behind the scenes, how it came together, you can learn a little bit about how these eternal events come together and why they're important. So we have two people who will have really interesting perspectives on the RKO. We have Ronnie Romo, who's our events coordinator. She's amazing. Events like this would not come together and be as successful without her. So she's going to be talking about the behind the scenes of putting that all together. And we have Amit Singh, our Senior Director of APAC Sales, who is not only new, and this was his first event like this ever, but he comes from our Singapore office. So I think having a global perspective will bring a lot of interesting insights to our little chat today. But first, Ronnie, so let's start with you. I think what was really interesting is we've had events before where we had the marketing kickoff and we had the sales kickoff, and this year it was marketing and sales to make the revenue kickoff, RKO. So just in case you're wondering what RKO stands for, it's revenue kickoff. So why was that kind of a goal this year, to combine the two, bring the two teams together?
So initially we had discussed doing three, one in each region, in our APAC region, our EMEA region, and our Americas region. But honestly, I think the important factor of it all was the fact that we went from e-touches to Aventri. That was our main change in the company. We wanted to go ahead and kind of boost employee morale, boost our teams together too. I mean, marketing is not sales and sales is not marketing without each other, really. So I think it was very important to get those two groups aligned and really set the tone for the year. And I think not only the regional aspect, not to say that it doesn't help, but having everybody in one room, away from emails, away from meetings, just workshopping, listening to each other, being able to ask questions, feed off each other, and those interactions is very helpful. A lot of people loved it. They all said, wow, I talk to this person every day and I didn't know what they look like. Just being able to see them here in person works so well. And for us, I mean, you've got your camaraderie with your offices and everything like that, but the dynamic to be able to see those people interact and enjoy some time off together too at night and through dinners and things like that, just is an experience that you'll never be able to kind of put a value sign on. It's just a great feeling for all. So
yeah, I agree. And I think the location, just like getting away from our offices, I mean, it's more than just leaving your email behind. It's just like getting out of the office, being in a different environment altogether. You're at Tarrytown House, right? In Tarrytown, New York, overlooked the Hudson River. It was really beautiful. And like you said, it was just the perfect space to have a learning environment, environment where we could connect professionally and personally,
Definitely.
So it was a lot of fun. So I think a great part about this RKO was using some of our own technology at the event, which I know it's like weird to say, but like, we kind of use it from the back end, we learn about it, but it's another thing to actually like use our mobile app, use our smart tags, use our new chatbot, sort of capabilities actively at an event. So can you talk a little bit about, why was that a decision to incorporate all this technology, and maybe what was sort of your favorite part about utilizing it?
Yeah, so for me, I mean, I'm the event planner here. We always try to get off Excel, try to get to do things off of that. We have this amazing technology that we can go ahead and use in person, but it's always a little easier said than done. There's ways to kind of manipulate the system and things like that. And honestly, huge shout out to Jillian Ibsen on the solutions consultant team, and James Donishie, who actually helped build the mobile app as well. They did a great job putting that all kind of together, but it was great to be able to have all of that information in one place, to be able to send emails to people who said, I didn't get your email, and kind of scroll down through a list, pick the email, and resend it.
Yeah.
Being able to send everybody their confirmation numbers, their check-in and check-out dates through all that. Being able to kind of push out notifications through the mobile app is really helpful too. We had an activity feed that a lot of people participated on through the mobile app, so that was kind of cool, having our own little internal Instagram, Facebook,
the
Twitter
activity
feed.
stream. That was fun.
That was fun. Being able to see everybody's pictures kind of come through, and away from the regular and typical social media. People post it on their own, but it's our own social media within our group of 125 people that were there, and that was fun. So honestly, being able to utilize our own technology in the best way possible, that was absolutely incredible. But then also our tags. Our tags were something that we wore along with our badges each day. Being able to figure out how many people spent how much time in each session, what was the most beneficial point of interaction for everybody. We scared people thinking that they were in the bathrooms or in the bar and stuff like that, so you get to figure out the lingering time for each person. So I know a lot of people's eyes popped out thinking, oh my gosh, wait, hold on. But that was really cool, honestly, being able to use our technology and not just say it works for our clients, but it works for us too.
Right.
So that's a very, very big positive for us, and a good learning experience for us too, because this is a big initiative for us to be able to pull off. But now that we have that in place, it's a template that we can use moving forward again and again.
Absolutely.
I couldn't agree more. I mean,
Yeah.
I was based in Singapore, and I think I exchanged maybe one email offline, and that was it. Like, everything was meticulous, everything was easy to use. You had all the information at your fingertips. We had all our partners listed on it as well. We had some great perks from some of our partners, which really helped us moving around from Norwalk to Tarrytown, back to Norwalk and all that. So amazingly done. Thank you, Rana.
Of course.
And like you said, I just think it's great to, I'm not in sales, but I can only imagine what it's like to be in sales, and you're kind of reading about our mobile app, but to actually be like, I've seen it in action, I know all the cool features, I can talk it up, I know from personal experience. I think that is so invaluable. And again, I think it brought us not closer together. I'll say it. It's a little cheesy, but it was fun just sharing even like silly photos, like that one of Matt Fish, our CFO, making funny faces after his presentation. I know that when I was just wanting to know what was coming up next, who was speaking, it was just so easily accessible. And on a personal note, I was coming off vacation that week, and I was just a little Monday morning comes, I'm like, oh no, where am I supposed to be? Oh, and the chatbot, I was surprised how well it went. I was just like, address, and it was just like, here's your address and here's directions, and I was like, I expected great things, and it met my expectations. So it was
honestly,
really helpful.
Great shout out to all of our partners. We had Executive Events, ATS, Uber, CNCO, PlannerNet, Swiftium. All of our partners kind of on site. They did an amazing job helping us out, but CNCO helped us out with the event bot, and that was really cool from my perspective too, being able to kind of populate answers and questions ahead of time, so that if you guys had any questions, don't text me, text the event bot.
So you heard it right there. If you're an event planner, this takes, I could totally see how things like a chatbot or the app can just relieve you of being asked the same question over and over again. And frees you up more time to focus on more important things. So.
Exactly. So that was a great gimmick. So, and I'm glad everybody had a good time and got to use it and all that stuff. So
I think it would be great if both of you could answer this, because I think internal events like this are so important for any company, not just growing companies. Again, bringing people face to face. It's so important. But what do you think is like, if people have had these events before but they haven't been successful, or they're thinking about putting together an event like our RKO for the first time? What is sort of advice / what can you tell them? Why is it so important? What's your overall thoughts on?
I'll let you go first. I know you come from the event planner world.
Yes.
I think for me, it all starts with the objective, right? What is the end goal in mind? And I think with RKO, it was about sales and marketing coming together, sort of like a push down for 2019, because essentially we're part of the same unit.
Right.
Right. If we can't, we won't be able to work without marketing. And marketing, is the key tool that we utilize to go to market, to build a brand, to get the right messaging across. Because we do offer a huge variety of services for the industry. So for me, getting the objective right, and identifying who are the key, people that are important for the event, making sure that the right information is being collated. What's the key information that you want to get out from a top-down approach, and get the agenda together. And make sure that you have the ease of use that Ronnie mentioned, and to get the app or whatever tool that you're utilizing, so it makes it easier for your internal customers to get full adoption. And we had no dropouts, right? We had 100% attendance. So
Yes. Yep.
apart from my boss making sure that I was here, I think for me those 2 to 3 components are absolutely key.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, from that perspective too, being able to kind of align everybody, but not just, every organization goes through its shift in people and in the organization. So I think that's also incredibly important for us too as we grow and we keep growing. The IT and acquisition was definitely one of the big things for us to kind of go through as well. But we've got new sales leaders, we've got new people kind of joining the organization. So being able to see the org chart in person kind of helps. Really, being able to meet your boss, shake your boss's hand, meet whoever you need to go ahead and talk to at a certain point in time. Just like you said, it's an invaluable experience. So I think that for us was definitely one of the big key factors in all this.
And I know you mentioned before, but I think any company that goes through a big change like us with the rebrand, this is our first night. 2019 will be our first full year as Aventri. And while a lot of our goals have stayed the same, there are some things that are different. So what a more perfect time than to bring all these people together, just to not only meet, but just get a layout for what 2019 is going to be and how it's different and the same from previous years as a company.
Definitely.
Especially for me as well, right? Traveling in from Singapore. Firstly, I was really surprised that people knew that Singapore was not part of China, because we are really far off. And then meeting people from our Belgium office, meeting the folks from ITN, meeting the folks from our Sydney, Australia office, from the UK office. The one thing that I saw was it just felt like an extended family.
Correct.
Yeah, absolutely.
The culture that is available within Aventri, I was gobsmacked. I was really,
good.
I felt really warm from day one. I don't want to leave. I'm supposed to leave tomorrow morning.
You have to go back. It's all right.
I know. But yeah, that's for me was one of the biggest takeaways from being here over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, I think if you're saying that, I hope everybody else has left. We had some people leave yesterday. I hope they were leaving with the same sentiments, because I think that's really what we want everybody to have. So I was going to ask you, kind of what were your overall thoughts, and I think that's just,
summarized it.
That's the perfect thing.
Yeah.
So now, but while we have you here and you're leaving tomorrow, I would love to just, obviously we talked a lot about goals for 2019, working with our audiences. Since you come from Singapore, the APAC region, can you talk a little bit about, what planners are looking for in that region, maybe how it's different from others?
Yeah. Well, for us, it's a very exciting time in Asia, but more so within Singapore itself, because we are a MICE hub. And we're just starting out on this whole automation process where we're seeing adoption from not just the small, medium businesses, but also the enterprise level, where people want to be able to use software like ours to make their jobs easier.
Right.
And for people in Singapore, for event organizers in Singapore, they do get a lot of people coming from outside the region as well. So something of an automated nature can make their lives a lot easier. Digitization is just about starting now, so people are getting a lot more crazier. So it is the most exciting place to be globally, right? No offense to the European or the American markets, but Asia is where it'll all be happening. And I'm really excited because I'm building up my own team, and we have people starting out in a few weeks' time, so they're going to go through the process and they learn the product, and it's just exciting.
Yeah, and it's good that we get that perspective from you while you're here. So, it benefits everybody to learn what's going on in each of our regions. But it does sound like a lot of exciting things are happening in APAC. So we'll be paying attention to that. Oh, we're 15 minutes in. So any final thoughts from RKO or Amit from your time here? I know you were here at just the headquarters, meeting people.
Yeah. Well, I think it's a great team. Like I mentioned earlier, there's a great feeling of family. Everyone has their own roles and responsibilities, but everyone's been jumping in and